Hello, welcome back to Maths with Miss Faiza. So now let's look at equivalent ratios. It is about ratios, but now it's equivalent ratios. Okay, do you remember what is equivalent means? Equivalent is like the equivalent fractions. Remember, if we have 1 over 2, it is also equivalent to 2 over 4. It is also equivalent to 6 over 12. So this is what we call equivalent ratios, meaning that once you simplify these these big numbers become the smallest numbers, both of these numbers, when you simplify 2 over 4, once you simplify you also get 1 over 2. 6 over 12, once you simplify you also get 1 over 2. Okay, so this is what we call equivalent ratios, where your final simplest ratios is the same. That is equivalent ratios. Okay, that is equivalent fractions. Same thing to equivalent ratios, where you will get your final, you will get the final simplest ratios is the same simplest ratios that you get between each other. Meaning that, like for this one, let's say here. Let's look at the first example here. We have 12 to something that we need to find, and they give you the equivalent ratios is 30 to 60. Okay, so how do you solve this? How do you find out this answer here? You check 30 to 60. The simplest ratio of 30 to 60, it could be 1 to 2 as well, right? So this one, that means your simplest ratio, this simplest ratio could also be 1 to 2. How do we get 1 to 2? Because 30 is half of 60. So half is 1 over 2, right? So we just write 1 to 2. The smaller number is 1, the bigger number is 2. Because 60 divided by 3, you will get 2 also. So it will be 1 to 2 lah. Okay, because 30 is already double of 60. So we put 2 here. Okay, alright, so for this one, that means if you have here the simplest ratio is 1 to 2, that means for this side, since it's equivalent, you see there's equal sign here. This ratio of this side, this left side here, is already equal to the ratios on the right side here. So your simplest ratio, if the simplest ratio is 1 to 2 as well, and then we have 12 here. So it will be double of the 12, which is 24. Okay, so that is the answer here, 12 to 24. Okay, now let's look at the next example here. We have 25 to 10. Okay, 25 to 10, and then we have a number here, blank to the 30. Okay, so 25 to 10 here. Let's look at the simplest ratio that we can get here. How do you find it? As I told you, like fractions, once you have 5 and 0 at the back, numbers with 5 and 0 at the back, so you can always divide the number with 5. So divide the number with 5, you will get 25 divided by 5, you will get 5. This one also, 10 divided by 5, you will get 2. Okay, so that means the simplest ratio you can get is 5 to 2. So this side also would be 5 to 2. Okay, so then how do you find this here? How do you find the answer here? 30 is 2. So if 30 is 2, how much is 5? How can you get 2 to 30? Okay, the simplest ratio here is 2, right? So then how do you get 2 here to 30? You just divide. How do you want to know it? 30 divide by 2, you will get 15. So that means it's 15 times 2, you will get 30. So 2 multiplied by 15, you get 30. So same goes here. Since you're multiplying this side with 15, you get 30. This side also multiplied by 15 lah. So 5 times 15, you will get 75. Okay, so then that is it. Okay, equivalent fraction is where you'll find simplest ratios is the same. Let's look at the next example. Here we have 36 to 24. Okay, so the simplest ratio this could be is, remember, like fractions, we can use division. If it's even number, always must start dividing it with 2. So 36 divided by 2, you will get 18. 24 divided by 2, you will get 12. So this number still can be simplified. So when you divide by 2 again, divide by 2 again, you will get 9. Here you will get 6. Okay, simplify another more because 9 and 6, you have a multiplication table of 3. So you can get 3 to 2. So the simplest ratio of 36 to 24 is 3 to 2. Okay, so that means this side, simplest ratio would be 3 to 2 as well. Okay, now as you can see, 3 becomes 30. How do you get 30 becomes 30? Just divide. You need to find out how do you get it. It means that 30 divided by 3, you will get 10. So that means 3 multiplied by 10, you will get 13. So that means this side also multiplied by 10. So 2 multiplied by 10, you will get 20. So if you simplify 30 to 20, you will get 3 to 2 as well. Okay. Alright. So that is equivalent ratios. Please try to do all the other examples here, and then we can discuss during class.